Team, we're gonna be smoking a turkey today, spatchcock style, on my pellet grill, coming up. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Cooking with CJ. I'm CJ, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome to my kitchen and eventually my backyard. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that red subscribe button, that bell next to it, so you get alerts on all what we're doing here. Okay, so what are we doing here today? We are doing a spatchcock turkey for Thanksgiving. We're gonna do it on my pellet grill. We're gonna smoke it. We're gonna use one of these little amazing tubes to add a little extra smoke in there. Okay, really easy. This video is gonna be a little bit different on how I do things. You know, I support a lot of YouTubers out there, just like you guys do when you come and watch these videos. And one of the YouTubers is one up north in Canada, and it's Maddie and Kiki. They are Canada's favorite female grillers or barbecuers. I don't know. I'll let them say what they are.
We're Maddie and Kiki, Canada's favorite female grill masters.
And it has an extra letter when they put favorite. It's odd to me. They did a turkey tips kind of video.
Tasty turkey tip number 3, do not stuff that bird. Like, do you love the idea of potentially giving people food poisoning?
No, I don't, Kiki. And I agree with a fair amount of their tips. They come through really nice. They had a great video. I'll link it down below, and I'll put it in the iCard right there, and you can check it out. But I love the tips they have. But one of them, they said, "Don't you dare spatchcock that turkey." Oh, I think that's what it is. Watch this.
Tasty turkey tip number 4, don't waste time with spatchcocking.
Okay, I took that personally. All right, they said you suck at making a turkey.
You suck at taking on the challenge and making this bird taste good.
Because you spatchcock it. And I'm like, that's all I do. This is my favorite way to make a turkey. I no longer leave a turkey whole when I cook it, whether it's in the stove, on the grill, any of that stuff, or on a barbecue. All right, I took it personally. That's messed up. You know, one of the things they said was, you can't beat the presentation of a full bird.
To us, the most beautiful presentation when it comes to a turkey is when it's presented whole, perfectly browned and glistening.
But I disagree, because you got, you know, this one for an example, and this one, and this one. And don't you forget this one, okay? Now, if you take a look at my finished product, look how lovely that is. You know, if I could put like effects around it, whatever. This goes to show you that even if you spatchcock your turkey, you can present it in a beautiful way that will delight your senses and eyes and all that good stuff, and all your family and friends too, right? That's what we're doing today. We're spatchcocking the bird. What I like to do is I will put it on, I have a little throwaway tin here full of potatoes, peppers, onions. And we're gonna let the drippings from the bird, you know, we got my bird on a little rack right here. We're gonna let the drippings from that bird fall onto those potatoes and onions and peppers, and just, you know, flavor it through and cook it through. So it's something that I tend to do. You know, cook the turkey over the vegetables, and it adds just a great flavor on the vegetables. So make sure you give it a try. I'm gonna take you back to last night. What I always do with my spatchcock birds, or any of my poultry, turkey, meat, whatever, I like to dry brine it the night before. So I spatchcock this bird, which means you take out the backbone, cut up one side, cut down the other. I use a knife to score along the backbone, and then use a really sharp pair of kitchen shears to cut out the rest of the backbone.
You hear that cracking of the breastbone and are slip sliding around with the slippery, wet, raw turkey.
It was real easy for me to do. It doesn't slip around, doesn't make a mess. I have a little throwaway cardboard cutting board that I could get, and I just did it on there, fold it up, throw it away. No muss, no fuss. Use gloves. It's just the easiest thing to do, right? Cut a little slit in that breastbone, flipped it over, gave it a little CPR, and busted that breastbone, and it lays flat. It's beautiful. After that, I go ahead and fold the wings behind it so the tips don't burn while we're cooking, and then just cover it in kosher salt and throw it in the refrigerator overnight. It'll pull out a lot of that moisture and start seasoning up the bird real nice. Okay, now we are going to re-season the bird right now before we get it on the grill, and we're going to actually use Maddie and Kiki's, their very own seasoning. Okay, so Maddie and Kiki's very own seasoning. So we're going to beat them at their own game using their own stuff. We're going to get going with this. We'll spray it down with a little canola oil. You guys can use whatever oil you want, but that helps kind of crisp up that skin. I I used to baste my bird, but after watching Maddie and Kiki's tips, I don't think I'm gonna baste the bird.
Tasty turkey tip number 7. If you want crunchy skin, don't even think about basting. And slathering on a wet substance on something that you're trying to make it crunchy doesn't make any sense at all. Who can we place blame on here? Who invented basting?
No, blame Canada! Blame Canada!
The turkey has enough fat in the skin that it bastes itself from the inside out when cooked at a high enough heat. So please, please stop basting.
Okay, so we're not gonna baste it, all right?
Turkey tip number 8. Done temperature is a preference thing. We won't judge you. Don't let anyone judge you for your meat temperature preferences. There are plenty of other things out there that do grant judgment, like the people out there who only drink bottled water. Seriously, what is that about?
So they also made reference to using an electric knife and how Clark from Christmas Vacation used it.
Tasty turkey tip number 9. Throw away that electric knife you got as a Christmas gift in 1988. You're not Clark Griswold.
I'm okay with that, but then Kiki brought up that's the amazing thing from the 80s or 1988 was when she was born.
Okay, the year 1988 rocked for so many reasons. Poison and Guns N' Roses were at an all-time high, and I was actually born that year.
This is me in 1988, all right? Tight roll sleeves, nice coiffed hair, little step on the side before the facial hair. I miss my hair. It was beautiful, lovely, blonde, gorgeous. I miss it. It went away some years ago, and that's why I wear hats all the time. Okay, before we get it on the grill, let's go ahead and spray it down, season it up, and then we'll go ahead and get this thing smoking, and we'll be having a wonderful dinner tonight. I'm excited for this. It'll be a great video, so make sure you stick around to the final countdown. Final countdown. Anyway, make sure you guys stick around to the end. Hit the thumbs up. Comment down below what you're gonna do with your Thanksgiving turkey. Let's have some fun today, huh? Okay, so this is the bird after 24 hours. You got a nice, you can tell a lot of the moisture's come out of there. A lot of it's dripped underneath it. Okay. What we're gonna do is go ahead and get this thing prepared for the seasoning and to get that yummy skin. We'll spray it down with a little canola oil. This is gonna stop you from having to baste it. Like Maddie and Kiki said, you don't wanna baste it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and turn it over so we can season the bottom too. Make sure you get all sides with that oil. All right, Maddie and Kiki's very own seasoning. We're going hot and heavy on this, so I just took off the lid. And again, you know, I use gloves because poultry's messy and I don't want to get turkey juice on my camera equipment. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it back over. Make sure you get seasoning in between the legs and the crevices. All right, and the good thing about this is we can take this rack and just go ahead and set it on my vegetables underneath. So we got it like that, and we'll set it down. The little legs on this rack fit nice in between in this pan, so it sets really flush. We're ready to get this on the pit, so join me outside, will you? All right, team, we're outside. We got our pit lit. We have our Louisiana Grills Black Label pellet grill. We have the amazing tube lit up for the extra smoke. We're cooking at 375. So let's get this bird on. My fire is coming from over here. A lot more heat's coming over here. The fire pot's over on this side. So I'm gonna put the dark meat towards it. I got my temp probe right here. We're gonna put it into the breast just so we can keep track of the temps. This is gonna be a hot and fast kind of cook. We wanna crispy up that skin. We wanna get it all the way done through. We're gonna take the breast to about 160, 165. And by then, everything should be ready to roll. We'll take it off, let it rest. If we pull it at 160, the carryover will be fine. This is where we're at. We'll take a look in another hour or so. Plenty of smoke coming off of that amazing smoking tube. Let's make this happen, huh? And for my Canadian friends out there that think you suck at making a turkey, well, one, I don't. Two, look at the lovely day it is out here in Southern California. You know how hot it's gonna be today? About 75, maybe. It's gorgeous out here. All right, guys, the bird's on. Shouldn't take too long. The best part about spatchcocking to me is that it evenly cooks and it does not take that long. All right, so this really should only take an hour, hour and a half maybe, but we're gonna keep an eye on it. Like I said, we're going high heat. We have it 375, and we're just gonna let it do its thing. All right, this is gonna be a good one, guys. Okay, team, we're about an hour or so in. We're temping about 130. It's going really quick. This is only a 10-pound bird, so it's not gonna take too long. I went ahead and flipped it around a little bit. Just kind of making little adjustments. Veggies are going good underneath. We'll give you a full turn around here. Looking good, looking good. Love it. Okay. All right, team, couple hours up. Bird is completely cooked. I'm gonna take it off, let it rest. The breast is at 165, the legs are at 180, thighs are about the same. Nice golden brown color. Okay, all right, team, we're back in the house. As you can see right here, the skin on this bird looks nice and golden brown and lovely. Looks like it's been out in the sun with a little bit of baby oil, so like back in the old school ways of doing things, you know, got nice and crispy in the sun. The seasoning got nice and toasted on there too. I knew it was gonna happen because at high heat, that seasoning get, you know, it's gonna crisp up a little bit, gonna toast up a little bit, but that's what adds the little extra flavor in there. We're gonna cut this bad boy up. We have it in the house. We're letting it rest for about 20 minutes or so, maybe a little bit more. Just gonna let it kind of calm down, let all the juices redistribute in there, and then we'll go ahead and start chopping it up, and then we'll plate it up, make it real pretty. You've already seen how it looks by now, but I'm gonna show you how I set it up, all right? That's it, come on back. Okay, look at this luscious bird right here. I'm gonna go ahead and carve it off. Start with the legs, should come right off. Looking good, looking good. Set that aside. Come back here and get the other leg off. Beautiful. Put those aside. All right, so we're gonna find the breastbone right here. Just run your knife right across it. All right, I'm gonna come underneath it. I don't know if you just saw those juices just run out. I'm gonna come underneath it. Okay, so we got a nice full-size breast piece right there that we'll slice up. I'm gonna go ahead and cut off these wings. Use your knife, cut into the joint. Okay. Oh, another nice piece of breast. Now I'm gonna go ahead and slice up these turkey breasts. You go against the grain, and this gives a chance for everybody to get a piece of skin, because that skin is nice and crispy. But I don't know how Maddie and Kiki can not love this spatchcock turkey, smoked spatchcock turkey. So we're done, I cut it up. I'll be the first to admit I'm not the best at plating or making pretty things. So I just grabbed a bunch of greenery from the store and put it on a platter. I think it looks good, but I don't know. I mean, obviously there's people that can do that way better than I can, but it still looks good. Let's take a bite of the crispy skin here. This is what we were going for. I got a bite of turkey and I got some skin here. I'm gonna go get a little crunch of the skin. That breast meat, nice and juicy. It's tough to see it's breast meat, but that's what I go off of when I do poultry. If the breast meat is juicy, tender, got a little bit of that smoke flavor in there. Team, you can brine your turkey if you want or inject it. I've done both. This one was just a kind of a quick video just to have some fun with Maddie and Kiki and, you know, do my annual Thanksgiving turkey video on YouTube. But when you cook it right, it'll be juicy all the way through. It has good flavors. The smoke hits it just right. So you don't necessarily need to have a brine in there or injection, but you know, it always adds good flavor. So if you want to, knock yourself out. It's good for you. We're gonna enjoy this for dinner. I got potatoes to go along with the turkey. Have a nice feast for dinner tonight. But that's it for this one. If you guys don't mind, go over to Maddie and Kiki, say hi, tell them CJ sent you, up their channel out. Great ladies. I did watch them. Good people, okay? But that's it for this one, guys. I hope you have a wonderful week. And if you're watching this up to Thanksgiving, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for cooking with CJ. Take care.